come here. Let's get you hooked up here. Okay, good. All right. No, stay up here. Thank you. Okay, so, do you want to be happy? Of course you do. Everybody wants to be happy, right? But even the fabulously rich have a plan, okay? They don't just wake up in the morning, excuse me, and lay in bed and, someone brings them coffee and peels them grapes or whatever. Everybody has a plan to be happy. If you want to have a deeply satisfying life, you need to have some kind of plan. It doesn't need to be written down. It's usually up here. I've learned that a lot since I retired several months ago. I don't need to punch a time clock or anything like that, but I do need to have some kind of plan for the day, or else I don't know, you can kind of get bored or depressed or feel like, what's life all about? And it can be not satisfying, okay? So one of the things that we have is we have a plan. When we get into the Optavia lifestyle, we have a plan. And we have a strategy. We're self-aware about what we're doing and why we're doing it. And we follow a discipline, We eat our, if you're on the 5 and 1, our 5 fuelings, our lean and green. We plan things out so that life doesn't just, sneak up on us and ambush us and we end up sabotaging ourselves. So if you want to be happy, have a strategy for your life and follow it. Good morning, everyone. So I'm sitting out here enjoying the cool morning because it's going to get hot enough soon. Some people wonder why I'm always wearing these, tank top kind of things. Well, I live in South Georgia and it can get hotsy-totsy here, let me tell you, and humid. So I have to walk the dog several times a day, so this works out really well as an outfit. Okay, yes, I said the dog, that's you. All right, so this is what I wanted to talk to you about today, which is, oh, and by the way, see, notice how my arm is all ripply and stuff like that? Well, I'm 66, going to be 67 soon. I've lost a lot of weight, so I was kind of, ripply anyway, but see, I'm working on building more muscle mass than I had to begin with, so hopefully some of these ripples will go away. Okay, so have you ever had the doctor give you medication for something and you went back for your checkup for him to evaluate how things were going, and he said, well, okay, so how is this or that condition? And you said, well, I don't think the medicine's working, doc. I think you may need to try something else. And he said, well, okay, so tell me, have you taken it twice a day for the last 2 weeks? Well, I was doing real well, and then over the weekend we were invited and we were guests at someone's house, and I left the medicine at home, so I missed Friday night and I missed Saturday, but Sunday I got right back on it. And then at work they were sprung a luncheon on me that I needed to attend, and I wasn't able to take my dose then, because it said about so many hours before you eat or after you eat. And anyway, probably what a good doctor will say to you is, I think we need to have 2 solid weeks following your prescription of taking this twice a day, or whatever the details are, before we can really accurately evaluate if this medication is working for you or not. Makes sense, right? Well, I have clients that will call me and they'll say, oh, I don't know if this program is working, or maybe, I think I may need more protein, or in the past when I felt this way, I added some carbohydrate, and it made me feel better. I need some crackers or some bread or whatever it is. I used to eat some cookies to make me feel better, but I don't do that anymore. Okay, so the idea is that if you want to know if your program is working for you, you would have to do what I tell my clients. Listen, I can't say, nutrition support, doctor and nurse line cannot say if this program is working for you unless you're following it, okay? Because we don't know what else is going on. I had a client who called and said, oh, yeah, I've been following everything, I've been drinking my water, so on and so forth. But, well, there was one night, my daughter was sitting and watching TV, and she had a bag of chips, and, you can't eat one, and I had a few, but it was just a few, okay? This program has been scientifically formulated. I mean, there is solid research, by places like Johns Hopkins, the National Institutes of Health, and, really impressive, reliable places like that for research. And if you follow it, it will work. If you don't follow it, it won't work. To what extent it won't work, well, that remains to be seen. I don't want to be trying to develop these new habits and, activity and watching the Zooms and working in my workbook and talking to my coach and buying the fuelings and preparing leans and greens, but then do something outside of the program and, possibly really louse things up, okay? So if you're thinking, oh, maybe I need some extra this or some extra that, first follow your program, okay? And stick on it for a solid 2 weeks. Did you know that when nutrition support puts somebody on a new program, they usually tell them, give it 2 full weeks, because it can take your body a week to switch over to something new. So after 2 full weeks, you should get an idea of whether we're going in the right direction or not with this program. And I know, like your coach may tell you, let's say you're starting to exercise a lot, and your coach may say, okay, add a hard-boiled egg or something like that. Yes, your coach knows about stuff like that. But particularly if it's a question of, oh, I don't think it's working, maybe I should be on another program, or maybe I need more of this or that. You know what? Go ahead, give nutrition support a call. That's fine. We even have a doctor and a nurse line. But what would be even better is stick strictly to your program for 2 weeks, and then you can have an accurate situation to report on whether this program is working or not, or whether you need more of something or not. Okay? All right. Hope this helps some people. Okay. Say goodbye. Bye-bye.